The autumn pours. It washes away the summer and prepares us for winter. Our research library was pillaged in the last battle. Our unfinished bridge and the tower connections is gifting a blind spot to our enemies. I will fix this later. I amend the headgear to allow mail helmets. It does not appear to have the movement penalties like the mail body armour, and we could surely use the extra protection in battles. We have defeated so many enemies that we have plenty of them lying around. The kitchen is almost ready. The Great Hall is catching up too. Avota the Bartermaster continues her trading rampage on the neighbouring lands. A decision is made to bring down the fishing fort. Lightning struck twice in this area and we must listen. Something special must be built here. For now, we do not know, but the gods will guide us. While they finish dismantling the fishing fort, I'll start planning the furniture for the castle bedrooms. There's 8 bedrooms in total. This blight is more aggressive than the last, but we have plenty of practice dealing with it. The day is done. Our tasks were all completed. The kitchen now has lavish meals, courtesy of Chef Athelstan, and the community are queuing to have at them. The kitchen naturally evolves into a food and wine production. It is well supplied by our growing livestock and farm. Our mind is on East Avon Sacred Oak wine storage when suddenly a stray cat called Tex has decided we are his new home. We admire his brash attitude, so we decide to keep him. On one of Avota's many trades, she brought back a skep. We know little of beekeeping, but we know we can get honey from it, so we place it just outside the Oak Brethren Temple. Beekeeping falls under the animal handling job, and so it makes sense to keep it next to our livestock. A temporary barrier here should deter attackers from using this unfinished bridge. We will eventually build more towers here, but for now this will do. Then Arundel appeared. He was starving to death. This deeply passionate archer and farmer was more than welcome to share a table with us. For a solitary armourer, Arundel was more of an outgoing and vigorous hunter-farmer. His passions and trades made it fate that he would one day become one of the great protectors of East Avon. His passion for farming only made him an even greater asset. And with that, it was winter again. I had already stopped sowing, but it was time to harvest our last crop for the year. Arundel was quick to help with the harvest. At last, the Great Hall was complete. It was superior quality and a boost to morale in these cold days. The addition of Arundel, as well as the winter, freed up Alton from harvesting. With Johnny and Alton on the job, East Avon Castle would soon be finished. It was time to stop using the old cellar and start using the new one under the castle. Our grand new home was approaching completion, as was the surrounding moat. Our research was moving forward fast now, and it was time to learn research too. It was time to move into our new bedrooms. Priority went to those of the Restitutionist faith, as passing through the Oak Brethren temple aggravated their souls. The castle was complete, and the moat was almost ready too. For the remaining Oak Brethren, like Johnny and Mary, they would have their bedrooms extended in size. Arundel demonstrated his prowess with the bow. To help our less skilled archers, it was time to get crossbows. These would increase range and armour piercing for the sacrifice of higher reload time. Weagulf would come out of his crafting retirement to build us a few. We had a growing amount of spare limestone blocks, and we needed more variety of towers and connection bridges to allow us to use a variety of defensive strategies. This tower was designed to punish melee invaders. The winter grew chilly, but we warmed up the braziers some more and were quite comfortable in our new, spacious castle. Ivota chose to stay in the old wooden fort. She was fond of the place and was not quite ready to depart yet. The spike trap tower was coming along quite well when suddenly we had a visitor. Mordred appeared, seeking protection from those damn tyrannical philosophers. There was no contemplation required. Mordred was welcome to stay. Mordred had a passion for conversation and for all things of craftsmanship. The tall, skinny man was a robust, angry drunk with a sensitivity to the cold and a ruthless attitude. An interesting character. His passion was not to farm, but could certainly help when he was not crafting something. First thing first, we had to get him out of those rags and into some superior wool winter clothing. We got him healed up from his wounds. Lastly, we got him a war bow in his hands. Mordred jumped straight into smelting iron, which was great practice for him at smithing. It was unlikely that we would finish the spike trap tower before the philosophers came. A shame, as their hubris made them gullible for the most obvious of traps. We got some rest in preparation for the philosopher's arrival. We expected harsh words to be exchanged in a scuffle. We knew that these thinkers would outnumber us, but Johnny had a simple philosophy for them. I fight, therefore you're dead. The Philosophers targeted our infrastructure and were successful in destroying much of it. Clever, but their casualties were vast, and the dogs were now hunting the survivors. The strategy they used tells us they plan for a long war and that they will be back. What they did not anticipate is the spirit of East Avon. We will rebuild stronger than before. The Philosophers also dropped high-tech, powerful crossbows. I gave a heavy crossbow to Mordred and a light crossbow to Sabine. Once again, the library was ransacked. The snow would likely deter attackers for now, and so it was an optimal time to upgrade the wooden walls to red clay brick. I also wanted towers that bridged with the castle. Even the old cobble tower needed replacing. I would build a bridge here for access. The snow began to melt, and we were able to begin sowing seeds again. This also meant that we had to get those brick walls up quickly. To make it more difficult to be able to swim to the castle door, I add some walls here. This makes the path possible, but hellish for attackers. There was a lot of work to do to upgrade East Avon and make it secure again. We must get these defences up before our many enemies learn of our vulnerability. However, that will be for the next episode.